Yo, 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 yo. It's me, Jason Gooner. We are here for the first live watch along for the U20 Championship. We have one game played so far in Group B. Costa Rica beat a 10-man Guatemala, but Guatemala made them work for everything that they got. Could not really show much advantage with the man advantage. Um, Great defensive work from Guatemala in the end. Costa Rica scored from a long range effort from the substitute off the bench, who did create a spark for them off the bench today. But they are top in the group right now on 3 points. But now the host nation, Mexico, will play in this beautiful Estadio Cuauhtémoc in Puebla versus Antigua and Barbuda, who probably the biggest surprise participant of this Youth 20 Championship in Concacaf. So we have the two teams on the screen, people. Forgive me for not having my face on the camera right now. It is dinner time for me, so I have to eat some food. But we're gonna be here to bring you the footage right now. If you don't have a way to watch these games, if you're in the Caribbean, you will need to utilize a VPN. If not, you'll have to watch it on Disney Plus in the Caribbean. That's what's showing the competition. If you're in the United States, today's matchup tonight that I'm watching is on Tubi, which is a free-to-air app. The other games will be on, for Spanish speakers, TUDN. You'll also have the games either on Fox Soccer Plus or FS2, right? But tonight's game is on Tubi. The first game today was on Tubi. So if you have that free app, just watch it on there. Like I said, they are getting started with the first games of the group today, and Group B is actually up first with Mexico. So they are chasing Costa Rica now, but they know that more than a one-goal victory will keep them at the top of this table. Now, Antigua and Barbuda will try to upset what everybody thinks will happen. But let me just show you really quickly the starting lineups as they're on the screen. You have Liceaga in goal, one of many players that ply their trade for Chivas Guadalajara, whether at the U21 reserve level or the first team. Liceaga not quite getting the first team opportunities just yet, but definitely highly touted already with a market value of 200K. The center backs will be Orozco and Hernandez. Both of those players also play for Chivas Guadalajara. So definitely they dominate the players in this competition as far as where they play. Alfaro will be on the back line as well. He plays in the second division. Actually, he plays in the top tier for Atlante. He's another one of the players that have gotten some first team minutes for their club. And then the other player on the back line, Echilvestre, he also is a member of Santos Laguna, mainly playing for the U21s, but has gotten first team minutes as well. Then you have Koifman, Enrique Simeone. He plays for Tigres, and he actually does get first team minutes, as does Samir Inda, who is one of the few players actually playing in the Segunda or the second tier in Mexico, but plays first team as well. Then the front four is star-studded for Mexico. Gomez off the left, the number 7, quality player. He plies his trade at Santos Laguna, and he is a first-team player. 350K value for him. But the big guns in this team, Valenzuela, Sandoval, and Camberos, all senior representatives at club level. Sandoval is one of the higher market value players in this entire competition at 3.5 million. Hugo Camberos at 3 million, also highly touted. And the striker, of course, the one tasked with getting the goals, will be Francisco Valenzuela of Monterrey. So that is the lineup for Mexico. Now on the side for Antigua and Barbuda, you have Gomes in goal. He's one of the leadership group. I can't remember if he was named the captain or the vice captain of the team, but he's definitely someone that Antigua will be leaning on to keep them in the game tonight. That is Tegan Gomes. He is playing at Fort Wayne, so he's playing in the he's playing in the collegiate level at Purdue Fort Wayne. They do have a 16-year-old keeper in their ranks as well, and he's on the books of Mount Pleasant Football Academy. That's Mackay Phillip, but he doesn't get the start tonight. Then we look at the back line. You have Lane and Bartley in the back line. At right back, today we have Francis, and left back should be Grant, Ivan Grant. So Jordan Francis and Ivan Grant. Some of the players not showing a club. Jordan Francis does play first team for Villa Lions, a club over in Antigua. Then we have in midfield, Brown and Adams will be the double pivot in there, 4-2-3-1. That's Obadiah Brown and Sadiq Adams. And then the three behind the striker is actually a pretty exciting one. The likes of Vaughn Jackson, who had a good qualifying tournament, as well as Satchel, who is my player to watch today for Antigua. Brandon Satchel looked really good in the qualifiers as well. And they have recruited Blake Philogene of Tottenham Hotspur. He's with the U18s now, 16 years of age, so one of the younger players playing tonight. And then up front, they will have Marco Mal, who did have a good qualifiers as well, the 18-year-old striker. So nobody gives them much of a shot, including myself. But let's see how well they can do as the first half gets kicked off. Again, people, I'm trying to multitask, so I will turn on my video in a minute so you can see what's going on with me. But for now, I will just be kind of giving you a summary of what's going on. I won't be able to commentate as well in the beginning, but as I finish consuming, yeah, you'll hear more from me. So forgive me, people, if you hear any consumption going on. Mans have to eat dinner so we can have the energy to do the stream. Jamaica plays on Sunday, Ricardo Baggio. Sunday at 9 o'clock. So we'll be back Sunday night to do the Jamaica game for sure. All right, so I'll kick off on my screen. As usual, my stream is a little behind, but to work with it. So first clearance from Antigua, looking to get in on control of it. Michael in midfield. So it looks like the system is a little bit different from what was on screen. It looks more like a 4-4-2 with Satchel and Philogene up top. But let's see if that's just the pressing system. I know that they've calmed down a little bit. It does look more like a front three. Michael just playing a little bit withdrawn. Looks like he's tasked with sitting on the number 6 there in the center circle. And here comes Sandoval. So Sandoval, it looks like starting out on the right. Camberos on the left. Gomez playing behind the striker. Valenzuela. So just getting the players in the right positions, you know, sometimes SofaScore takes an educated guess, and hopefully they will adjust it as the game goes, because the front line is a little different. Here's Santi Sandoval, big baller, looking to play, beats 2, cuts it inside, that's headed out by Antigua. Good hold-up play from the striker. And that was a rough foul on Satchel. I think Mexico knows he is a danger, not giving him any chance to turn there. And he was taken out from behind. That was the captain Hernandez there. A little bit too much pushing in the back. So it will be a free kick for Antigua and Barbuda in their own half. Goalkeeper Gomes takes long. Hernandez under that one, clears it. And that's a big collision in the center circle. Really no foul there, honestly. Ball must be, you know, Valenzuela just a bit bigger than the player he was facing there, Lane. Valenzuela looks like a real unit at this level. Not the tallest in the world, but you can see he's very sturdy, well built. Could see why he's gotten some first team opportunities. He doesn't look out of place with big people. Vestra clears that one for a throw into Antigua. And this one should be a corner to Antigua and Barbuda, and it is. And what? So the first sign of some thieving from Mexico, that was clearly off the foot. Kevin Mitchell, let me know exactly where you are, my G, because it does matter where you are based on what I tell you. So where you're located, Kevin? Kingston, Jamaica. All right. So if you don't have Disney Plus, Kevin, the only way I know you can see it, if you have a VPN or access to one, turn on your VPN and set it to outside of the Caribbean region. Set it to Europe somewhere. And then when you go to Concacaf, once your VPN is on, it will just be showing on the Concacaf website. Now, if you try to watch it now without turning on a VPN, it's going to say that it's blocked in your region. So, yeah, man, respect, Kevin. People, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. About 23 of you in the building. If you don't want to subscribe, I don't know why you would do that, but if you don't, just please, if you have come to the channel trying to get commentary on the game, please do hit the like button. Please. So a free kick to Mexico. I'd say about 25, 30 yards out. Most of these you'll likely see Santi Sandoval over them. One over left foot. Looks like Camberos and Santi. Santi steps up with his left. Wall does its job. Cleared out. And I can see Antigua is cheating on these counters. Philogene stayed literally at the halfway line. Philogene, the 16-year-old, tried to slip through Satchel, but that was not successful. Mexico controlling midfield here, Sandoval. And he just passed it back. So I think they have it a little wrong here. And I figured as much because I knew Alfaro was not a left back. Because Alfaro and Hernandez, or Roscoe, is the left back over there, number 14. Everywhere else on the field is pretty much decently correct, but Sandoval not playing in the 10, even though he wears number 10. He's playing off the right. One thing I have to say about Antigua starting out this game, doing a good job of staying compact. Even though they're not high pressing, when they drop off, the block is not low. They are engaging in the middle third, and they're not afraid to have a high line even in the mid block, which I think is a better way to play against Mexico. You don't want to start retreating to your 18, and let's see if they can keep that discipline of where their line is set throughout this first half and the game. Because typically what Mexico end up doing is, you know, spreading you apart to the point where you kind of lose that momentum of where you're setting out your defense on the pitch. So let's see if something that reaches Antigua. It's a poor back pass. Gums had to hurry. Here's Camberos now cutting into the box. Beats one, goes down. And I think he realizes he just slipped there. But Camberos definitely one to watch today and for the tournament. This is where Antigua maybe can get some joy. They have very good athletes up front. And it looks like They are trying to cheat with their wingers and their forward players a little bit to make sure that that over-the-top outlet is there on the counter. And then that was a clean tackle by Grant, centre back. And it will be a throw to Antigua in Mexico's half. Looks like the captain Bartley will be taking this one. Long throw settings. So VAR has asked the referee to come look at the challenge. I have seen one replay already, people. It looked clean to me. But the fact that they're asking the ref to come and look, this is not a good sign for the Antigua team. Like I said, it was Grant. And there's enough contact on the ball for me personally. The initial touch is from Camberos, but the second touch hits it into the left foot, and then the foot goes over the foot. But the fact that Camberos nor anyone else on the whole Mexico team didn't really have anything to say about this challenge, I think it would be very, very harsh to give this as a penalty. What say you guys that's watching the game? Do you think that's a penalty, guys? And what do you guys think about VAR in the competition? I am pleasantly surprised that they are giving the youngsters the VAR for this tournament. I mean, they're in stadiums that are, you know, first team facilities, so I'm sure the capabilities are there, but the fact that they're using it, I like that. I think this is extremely harsh if this is given. First contact was on the football for me, but it looks like he's walking towards the penalty spot of the other team. Oh my gosh, bro. Nah, that's robbery. I don't see a penalty there at all. Let me see it again. He plays the ball, bro. So I guess they're counting the step on the foot afterwards. Let's make sure to keep the same consistency. Camberos. Concacaf's player to watch from the Mexican team. And he will step up from the penalty spot after getting the foul. Foul in quotation, because I don't think it was a foul. And the goalkeeper from Fort Wayne. Keep out Camberos here. Let's see. And what a strike. To Tegan Gomes' left. No chance there. Camberos makes no mistake. And that's a harsh one for Antigua for me, folks. And that will be exactly what the Mexican coaching staff would have wanted. You know, whenever you're playing a team that is the underdog in a match, you want them to get down 1-0, and hopefully whatever tactic they have had to really kill off the game and make it difficult for you to break the deadlock. You must do some tweaking to that system if you want to get back in the game. So maybe this opens up some more space for Mexico. Yeah, man. Well soft, Alex. I don't like the call at all. I mean, yeah, him step on him foot after him win the ball. But boy, I mean, it was very telling to me that none of the Mexican them never something there. You know, them man in a ramp for ask for penalty and foul. And none of them, even Camberos was kind of head in the ground, just kind of like, whoa, double salad by Camberos. And here come Mexico. And that's well one in midfield, and he's being held as well. Good call from the referee. So Camberos there with a little bit of show, not I wouldn't say showboating, but showing his skill. Beat one with a salad, the next one run up and beat him with a salad too. No. Harsh penalty that though, brother. Satchel. Should have had a corner before that one too, you know. Man, take it away. Give thanks, Raja. I'm the 1 full minute behind. Raja. At the worst corner in the world from Michael. Poured over from the captain Barkley. And now here comes Mexico. That should be a foul on the Mexican, no? Now man campus. So I play on the 26. They must have say like a European time. We play Sunday 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in Jamaica. I was there for that too. All right, people, I'm there. Well, I'm there. You have to make active. All right, people, I feel like a person again, you know? Eat some food. Yeah, man, up full campus. We're there, MG. Mexico. Slow build up here at the halfway line. Big switch of play. Camberos can't bring that one down. It's going to be a throw to Antigua. Barkley takes it quickly, looking for Satchel. Can he spin? Being held up there, and I think the referee did call a foul, and they are showing it again. So Grant not only gave up the penalty, but was given a yellow for the challenge as well. Lanky player Grant. Looks about 6'3", maybe more. So here's a free kick. Just not too far past the halfway line, but it's all the way on the right flank. Marco Michael with free kick duty into the box, and that's easily held by the goalkeeper there, Leseaga. Again, another one that is at Chivas Guadalajara. Quite a few players from that club in this U20 team. There's the captain Hernandez. He plays it over to Alfaro. So Mexico look to like to build in a 3. Get Echilvestri the right back high and wide or high and narrow as a like an inside forward almost. And the 2 pivots come and try to collect the ball from the back 3. So it does turn into like a 3-2-5, which is what you see typically in modern football now. A lot of, in the different phases of play, you'll see the formations change. Mexico doing much of that at this young youth level. Sandoval did well to take it away. Good footwork from the Mexicans here to win back possession. And now they will get back into their shape to build out. There's the back 3 forming again. So Orozco, who is playing over on the left-hand side, really is turning into a left center back in possession. The captain Hernandez goes to the middle and Alfaro splits out to the right. So that's really the shape that they take up when they're in possession. Mexico just 1-0 over Antigua. And to be fair, Antigua has done well to limit Mexico's chances, really, other than the penalty that they got. Don't remember any clear-cut opportunities yet. So they have some good organization. They definitely have good athletes, able to get around the pitch well. The next step for Antigua is to try to get some type of possession. But you know that the Mexican way is to win the ball back very quickly. And the U20 team seems to be in the same mold of the senior team when it comes down to Mexico. Bartley with another long throw. And that will be a high boot by Satchel that time. He's having a rough time with these defenders so far. They're doing well to be physical with him. Can't get on the ball. Nothing will stick to him just yet. Haven't really seen much of Philogene in the game either yet. They're showing a replay of the penalty now. Was well struck. Keeper went the right way, but no chance taken by Camberos there. Really put his laces through that one. And a little dance at the end of it. People, make sure you thump up the like button. About 22 of you in the building, same way. Hopefully we're at the 20 likes already. At one point, I think we're up in the 30s. So 25 likes on the video now shouldn't be too difficult. You guys just do the right thing for me. Come on, people. We only at 10 likes. Here come Mexico. Camberos into the box. Cut back. And that's too easy. That's way too easy for Mexico. We just talked about how they were doing a great job limiting clear-cut opportunities, but that couldn't get much clearer. Have to see who played that through pass to Camberos, but that pass beat about 3 players. Camberos with good composure as well once he got to it. And the cutback was on for the big strike out front, Valenzuela. It's a very good goal. What a pass. I think that might have been Mina with the pass. No, it was number 16. So that pass was from my boy the name? Kaifman. Enrique Simeone. You have to check if this boy come from Brazil or something, you know, man. Kind of Brazilian name that. Brazilian mixed with Argentina too. And then the last name was something else. So that boy, they have all kind of mix up things going on. But that was a very good pass to Camberos they're going through. Another foul given. And the Antigua and Barbuda players, you can see the frustration growing, a lot of gesticulating and talking to them one another. And Mexico can do this to you. They can make the game get ugly real fast. So hopefully they can get it together before this one get ugly. So yeah, I wasn't wrong. So Enrique Simeone, who played that through pass, was born in Rio de Janeiro. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. I wonder when his family would have moved over, but he was on the Botafogo U17 at one point, then made his way to Tigres, and recently in January made the jump from the reserve to the first team. So Enrique Simeone Kaufman. That was a brilliant pass he just played. So it's 2-0 to Mexico. I haven't even adjusted this, so let me do that. 2-0 Mexico on a big goal campus. Really nice goal. All right, so Inda, another left-footed player, looking to take this one. This one should be lofted into the box, looking for the big target. So the three big defenders up. At near post, what a strike! Oh, unlucky. The goalkeeper and me and everybody else was looking for a cross into the box. He surprised everyone, put it on target, and the keeper was beaten. The wall didn't do its job. It hit the post. Ricochet went all the way across the goal and it fell to one of the defenders. I believe it was a Roscoe, and he was not able to keep it down. It's going to be a goal kick, but that was almost a brilliant free kick. So we saw Sandoval over the first one, but it looks like Inda might need to take some free kicks as well. That's good playing midfield from the same Inda there. Gomez turns. Camberos switches the flank. Here's Santi Sandoval. Can't quite get the flight to the ball, but Echilvestre will keep it in. Finds Santi Sandoval. Sandoval, 2 to beat. What will he do? He plays it short. Gets a return pass. That's a good ball into space, but that's good shielding that time by Marco Michael. He's playing so deep in this game. He's supposed to be playing closer to the strikers, but that's basically where he'll have to be. And again, a giveaway from Antigua. And you see the heads drop when they lose the ball. And Mexico will do that to you. You have to try to stay the course. You can't get too down. When they press you and take the ball away, that's what they do. That's another foul. Gomez is foul this time. Back to goal. So Gomez is the one playing the attacking midfield role today. Pretty free role as well. You can see him drifting out right and left, but trying to find those pockets of space in between the base of that midfield and the back line. Camberos vacates the space for Roscoe to go forward for the first time. Will he keep this one in? He will on his left foot. That's not a bad ball to the top of the box. He's going to find Santi. He's going to go to his left. You should know that time he tries to go around the right-hand side and Marco Mikhail doing his job. And it's going to be a corner. It's actually good defending in the end. It was 1v1. And Sandoval would like his chances in a matchup like that. But he held his own. But it will still be a corner to Mexico. And again, the bigger players come up. Alfaro, Hernandez, Orozco, near post, flicked. Kept in play by Camberos to the far stick. Oh! And Valenzuela got his head to that one. Gomez just couldn't sort out his feet. He was free, basically in the 6-yard box. It's going to look like a really bad miss, but I see with him because I think the ball came at him a bit faster than he was expecting there. Couldn't sort out his body or his feet fast enough, and it's going to be a goal kick. Tegan goes long. One in the air by Mexico, but ball drops to Antigua Barbuda. Good shielding there, and I think he's going to get a yellow card, the number 10. And he can't believe it, Van Jackson, but I think, that's something that I think as developers in the Caribbean, I think a lot of our players do dribble like that, where they extend the hand back to shield off people. And I think in my day when I was coming up, they wouldn't call those things, but referees have gotten a lot more strict with the loose hand when you're shielding the football. So I think that's something that we have to try to, coach out of our kids. I think you still see Caribbean players a lot getting caught up in that type of foul, And I just don't think you can really teach how we were taught to shield anymore. I don't think it's really allowed in football at this point. So Indan Simeone doing a really good job in Mexico's midfield. When one shows short, the other one leaves the space for the other. So they're working very well together so far. And again, I think the Mexican coach has tweaked something a bit since the start of the game. He was being a little safer with his back three. Orozco was not really pushing up. And the last 3 times I've had the ball, I've seen Orozco go high and Camberos come a little more central trying to find the ball. So that's one little tactical tweak that I've seen from Mexico. I think maybe the coach has kind of realized that, you know, they do have the measure of this team and he can maybe play a little bit more aggressive in possession. Camberos wanted a corner, but a goal kick is given. This one's long. Good jump there from Santi Sandoval. You see a winger there putting in that type of defensive play. I don't know how Camberos looks so old, you know, brother. I'm saying I'm 19, and the man look like him lived through a few things already, man. This is gonna be and that's a poor challenge by Lane. No foul given. So I don't know how that penalty can be given, but that's not a foul. It's quite amazing, actually. It's quite amazing that was nothing. Come on, Antigua, man. Give them something to think about now, man. Jeez. And them just get dominated, brother. It's difficult, though, man. This Mexico team is a good team. Here's Inda on the ball. He plays it to Camberos. Poor first touch. And that one will go out for a throw. I do like the look of this midfield, too. Enrique Simeone, Kaufman, and Samir Inda. They look. I like how them work together. I mean, I know they're playing Antigua and Barbuda, but based on what I saw of the first game today, this Mexico team should be able to, you know, have a good chance against those two other teams in the group as well. And that should be a foul on Mexico this time. And I think he's gonna get carded as well. Or maybe not. He's just going to check on the player. Von Jackson. I mean, that was just a lot going on there by Hernandez, sorry. He was all over the player. It's going to be a free kick just outside the box on that right-hand side. Probably set up for a nice in-swinger with the left foot. Maybe it gets a glancing touch, maybe not. It can just go straight into the goal. But something for Mexico to think about finally in terms of defensively. Not the greatest attempt to win the ball by Hernandez. Way too much holding on to the player. Low, and that could have gone anywhere. Valenzuela guarding the near post. He put that one all along the ground, and that could have ricocheted right into his own goal, but he got enough on it to put it over the top. Didn't know much about it, though. Definitely looked a bit panicked when it hit off his leg or his foot. But it's going to be a corner to Antigua now. In swinger with the left foot. This is floated way too high over the back stick, and Satchel literally caught the ball while it was still in play. But it's going to be given as a goal kick. Satchel looks to have his right hand bandaged up pretty good, so Maybe he's dealing with some kind of fracture or sprain. And this is good pressing, but Mexico kind of want you to press them so they can play through or around you. So they won't mind a little bit of pressure. They know that's just giving more space in behind. Wasn't the best ball from Simeone, but it does get through to Echilvestre. Here is Santi Sandoval now, and he plays it centrally. Bit of a loose one, not controlled, and wasn't the worst idea looking for Satchel, but there's too much on the pass. And this one goes off for a throw right by the corner flag, so Mexico will try to lock them in. I saw Satchel motion earlier to the bench, looked like he was making the universal symbol or signal for a sub, but he's still out there. Mexico wins this one in midfield. Back to Gomez. Gomez turns, beats one, looking for a pass. Can find one, falls to Camberos. That's a brilliant ball to Santi Sandoval. And really poor attempt at a finish there. You can see why he uses his left foot more. Just wanted to use his swinger, as they call a weaker foot, but that was such a good pass from Camberos to flight on the ball, hitting Santi in the chest. Santi went for that right foot swinger, but looked to have kind of lose his footing and balance when he tried the shot. And it goes side netting. But that link up Camberos and Sandoval, I think we're going to be seeing that quite a few times in this tournament. Baggio, which party there, Baggio? If you're there in the States, it depends on Tubi, which is free. So if you don't have Tubi, just download the app. And my live TV function is right in there. Either Canada or it depends on OnePlus. So let's say, I'm just say the thing we say where to watch, wherever you live or whatever. There's a way to watch thing. Yeah, One Soccer have it for you, Bashio. I'm gonna carry every game, or well, they're the ones doing the game. Yeah, man, Dale, big up. Yeah, it was a good tackle. Yeah, it's on Tubi. It's on Tubi if you're in the US and can't find, because I think it's also on TUDN, the Mexico game tonight, but not everybody have TUDN. So Tubi is a free to air app. Anybody can have it. You can download on your smart TV, on your tablet, your phone, your laptop, your computer, whatever. So me I watch it still. Yeah, man, respect, Baggio. So yeah, I've seen 4 teams playing in competition now, and it's safe to say Mexico look the strongest of the 4, which is not a surprise. I had them as the favorites going into this tournament, so no surprise there. Sandoval, good reverse pass. El Silvestre, and that's not the best clearing header. Good chest pass from Enrique, and good call from the goalkeeper in the end. Antigua Barbuda, with a few fans clapping that claim by the goalkeeper, and Tegan hits that one way too far. Satchel is trying to keep running for the team, but proving to be a futile exercise at the moment. I just saw young Philogene here on the near side just kind of, he's probably frustrated at this point. Like, are we ever going to get the ball again? But that's what Mexico do to you. I mean, they will pass you to death when they have it, and when you don't have it, they are pressing you to death as well. So, not the easiest game for your first game playing for the country at the U20 level as it is for Philogene. It will get easier from here, Blake. Trust me. I watch the other two teams them play. The other two teams won't have the ball all the time like this team. Mexico again in their build-up phase, no rush. Love the technique of this number 18, Inda. Very, very composed on the ball. It's a good ball centrally. See the captain Hernandez, he goes wide. Orozco, as I said before, he has been pushing up that left side more and more as the game goes. And that has freed up Camberos, who's on the ball now, to dictate a bit more from central. And he keeps finding this pass to Sandoval, and that's a poor tackle just late on that one. No complaints there from the defender, Francis. Sandoval had that touch that just shows the defender enough. And then he gets that secondary touch to beat the player. But that one is going to leave a mark. Got stepped on there that time. Actually surprised no card was given. So this will be a free kick from the right side, just outside the 18-yard area. But it's a bit wide, so I don't expect this to be a, trying to beat the keeper at the near post like the last free kick. But Sandoval and Camberos are over it. It'll either be an in-swinger from Sandoval or the outswinger from Camberos from this right wing. But Jordan Francis there with the foul. So 2 yellow cards so far for Antigua. Von Jackson getting one, and the person who gave up the penalty there, Grant, got another. Orozco went down. We know VAR is in the building, so we'll see if they revisit that. So it wasn't the worst attempt by Tegan there to release Satchel. Just a little bit too much power on that one. Still 2-0 to Mexico. 48 minutes of play. About a full minute behind the stream, but that's okay. And Silvestre down the right-hand side. Played inside to Inda. Here's Inda. Goes back to Alfaro. Alfaro over to Hernandez. Hernandez over to Orozco. Good closing down. Finds the pass to Gomez. Gomez with a poor layoff. Adams tried to play one quickly over the top, but it was cut out. Now Antigua will try to possess. Grant. Goes back to the keeper, Tegan. Tegan plays it centrally. Oh, that's a poor turn. Here comes Inda, and that's not a good enough finish. Tried to pass it into the side netting, but needed to put a little bit more power on the strike. And there it is again. I'm telling you, our default shielding of the football is to throw our hands around, but you cannot do that anymore. It's something that if you watch like the qualifiers, there are so many fouls like that in the qualifiers, and it seems to be mainly the Caribbean teams doing the fouls. And it's an automatic reflex when we win a ball and we're shielding to throw our hands back towards the player to try to keep that arm's length. But you really cannot do that anymore. I mean, that's a yellow card there for that one. We've seen one yellow card already to Jackson for the same exact thing. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the two best third place get through. So, goal difference will matter a lot. And they know that, Guatemala is at -1. So they really want to, if they can't match that, they don't want to get too far behind that. For sure. Yeah, that's true. That's true. This past U17, they got through, but they weren't so dominant this time. At least not with the other team that, could have given them a challenge. I think Antigua needs to realize that Mexico is a little bit smarter than any. Yeah, that's a good no call, referee. Good no call. He was looking for it. Did. The Antigua and Barbuda captain wants to know. I think he's asking why yellow cards are being given out for the shielding. Ref's trying to explain. But I don't know, bro. Some of these Mexican guys look older than 20. Just how them hairline look already and them thing that guess they're just gonna be ball early. But Camberos for sure, bro. The man looks old. Like if he wasn't short, he would have looked so much older. His face look old, him full of tattoo. Man just look like him been around a little bit, you know. Even the number 9 Valenzuela look well old. And that's well done by goalkeeper Gomes, and he sends that way down the pitch. It's going to be a throw into Mexico. Taken quickly by Orozco, looking to go down the line, and that goes back out of play. Should be a throw to Antigua and Barbuda. Bartley will take this one. Goes back to Lane. Lane over to Grant. Grant on the ball. Goes long with his left. It's a good control, no foul. Looked like he was bumped into from behind, but no call. Simeone plays it to Santi. Santi has the overlapping run. Does well to find him as well. Here's the right back, Echilvestre, to the back stick. That will be over everyone and out for a throw. I think Camberos was very free at the back stick if he could have had the right weight on that pass. Definitely not far enough wide. Showing the attempt by Inda and the loss of possession by Antigua and Barbuda. Here is a good ball played out wide. Sandoval looking for a pass, finds it. This goes back to Alfaro. Alfaro has Inda. Inda turns, looking for a pass. Over the top, that's a brilliant ball to Santiago Sandoval. He should have one in front of him, that's Grant. Grant gets beaten again too easily. To the far post now, Camberos. He lays it off. That wasn't the best strike in the world, but it will go out for a corner. Simeone looked to line one up from outside the box, but brave defending there, I think. I don't know which, I think, is that Jackson? Might be Adams. That is in the face blocking that one. Or maybe it's Jackson, not sure. I have to wait till we see a better picture. Only time Mexico look normal is when they come up against European and South American teams. And even against them teams, they usually look good still, to be honest. So here's the corner now for Mexico. Let's see if they can come up with a third goal before halftime. Camberos will take the outswinger, it looks like. It is. And that's not the worst corner, but falls back to the top of the box. And that's, again, poor. Simeone, for me, has not been that good in the first half. I like his relationship that he has with Inda, the other pivot, but I think technically and execution-wise, he hasn't been the best in this first half. Here is Antigua and Barbuda with a poor clearance. The spin falls to Valenzuela, and that's over the top to Santi Sandoval, and that's too easy. Really schoolboy errors there from Antigua and Barbuda. The high pressing just getting to them, and I mean, you've been playing them for 45 minutes now. Have you not realized your mental clock might need to speed up a little bit? So 3-0 to Mexico. Boy, Antigua looked like they would have been able to at least keep it respectable, but boy, it hasn't gotten any better. So now all the usual suspects on the board now. The front three has scored. So the left winger Camberos, the right winger Sandoval, and the number 9 Valenzuela, all with a goal. So that is how the coach would like it to be. But Lane just wanted too much time to clear that ball, clears it into the player, and then great composure by Gomez, flicking that ball through to the middle. And a great half-volley technique to just place it into the corner by Sandoval. No chance for the goalkeeper. So 3-0. Yeah, Dale Stock. That is some, I won't even say D-Cup. Like U16 level mistake. It looks like that will be halftime. 3-0 is the scoreline going into the half, as Campos said. Give your thoughts in the comment section what you think about the first half. Let me see if I can find anywhere with some overall stats. Sometimes Concacaf will bust you upon stats. SofaScore is giving me some, not the detail that we usually like, but they have at least ball possession, corners, fouls, free kicks, yellow cards, no shots on target for Antigua and Barbuda. Then you have 4 shots on target for Mexico. Once hit woodwork, off target, okay. Let me check Concacaf site and see if they have anything else. Let me see if I can find what I want to see here. Concacaf media. Go to the media one because sometimes they will give you a little bit more than what we're getting on the website. Let's see if any luck is there. So it looks like we're getting everything. All right, wonderful. So Concacaf website came through, people. Can't diss them today. Them actually doing them job. So let me share Concacaf's job and what they've been up to. So this is the stats for the game. 80% to 20%. So that seems a little bit more realistic than the 64 I just saw. 1.4 expected goals, 0.04 for Antigua. So basically they tried some kind of mad shot on target, 3 big chances in the game, falling to Mexico. They were able to convert all of them. 4 shots on goal, the passing accuracy, ridiculous, 90% for them. That's very good. Only 50% for Antigua. 3 yellows on the day. All right, so I have some more detail. So let's see what attacking wise, shot map. 6 shots inside the box, 5 outside. They've had 11 shots, 3 big chances, 2 blocked. They've created 5 chances as well. So not bad. When you look at the pass, the accuracy, attempts, passes completed. Look at that difference there. Almost 200 more passes completed, 5 key passes as well. So ridiculous amount there. Defense, look at the tackles, only 4%. And Antigua, I'm sure I've tried a whole bunch. I don't think that's correct. There's no way it's 4%. Yeah, 6 out of 10, that's 60%. So maybe this is meant to say 40% and not 4. Passes in the attacking zone, defensive zone, backward passes, ball recoveries. All right, so lovely. Concacaf is giving you every metric. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. They even have the player stats breakdown as well. You know, shots on goal, you know, everything. So Concacaf will rate that. So we can go in detail with our players, you know, see who passing the ball the best and all these things. You know, that's my type of thing, people. So just a reminder, the lineups, I might just work with Concacaf, you know, instead, you know. I stop go up on SofaScore in a car. Man, them have them things sort out, bro. That's good. All right, people. So 3-0 is the score line as they see on the screen. Goals by the front three. Trying to minimize the goals in this match and try or hope to get a result in the next 2 games because they can grab a best 3rd place finish. Yeah. They'll probably be really disappointed that you know, they're down 3-0. And really and truly, I mean, one of them was harsh for me. Like, I know he stepped on him, but I wouldn't be giving that penalty. And then the 3rd goal was so avoidable. I mean, the 2nd goal was a brilliant goal. Through pass, the layoff by Camberos, and the finish was a tap-in. So that was a good play. But that 3rd goal was so avoidable. I mean, Lane turns into the pressure. He has the right back to play too. I could put him under some pressure, but he goes for a clearance long, which there's no space to play. And he compounds that by just kind of chasing the ball and not being more aware of, you know, who he could mark after he lost it. So just real unfortunate, and shouldn't really be having that happen at this level, to be honest. But yeah, man, keep dropping your thoughts in the comment section. Big up to Campus for dropping his thoughts in the comment section. Anybody else watching silently, tell me what you think about this Mexico team so far. Do you think that they have what it takes to win this entire Yeah, so as a reminder, people, the matches upcoming in the competition. Yeah, people. So just so you guys know, let me show you the other games that are coming up. So match day 1, we have Cuba, El Salvador tomorrow. That game will be 5 o'clock my time. And then we have USA and Haiti tomorrow night at 10. So we'll be here live to do that one, people. I'll be on the road tomorrow most of the day, but I'll definitely be back by 10 o'clock. So definitely will want to run out and watch that USA Haiti game. I think it will be a little more, let's say, evenly matched. I think USA are the favorites for sure, but I think Haiti have a bit more to offer than this Antigua and Barbuda team is concerned. And then the big one on Sunday, well, two big ones, honestly, because the Panama-Canada game, very important for us. I'll be watching that one with my scouting analyst hat on, try and see what weaknesses we can exploit, what strengths that these two teams have. Of course, we have seen Canada play, saw them playing in the qualifiers. But I want to see this version of them under Jesse Marsh and see what differences he has made as the coach. And then, of course, the one that we definitely want to see, Honduras versus Jamaica, 9 o'clock on Sunday. That's 8 o'clock Jamaica time. So those are the matches on match day 1 that are yet to come. So we have 4 more games after this one tonight. And yeah, Jamaica get going on Sunday the 26th. Now, of course, if you live overseas in like Europe, London, Italy, France, anywhere like that, and that game will be obviously Monday morning in the AM hours for you. But if you're in the Western Hemisphere, it will be Sunday. All right, people. But yeah, keep on dropping your thoughts in the comment section. Let me make sure that I'm not missing any of this game. All right, so we're still at halftime. Matter of fact, let me go back to this. Don't know if the coach can make any changes. But I would consider maybe sacrificing at least one of the players that are on a yellow card, just because we don't want to drop to less than the required amount of players. Not required, but less than the maximum number of players on the pitch. I know Adams and Jackson got yellows. Those yellows were, for basically shielding the football. Grant did get his yellow from the tackle that he made on Camberos that gave up the penalty. But when you look at the bench for Antigua, maybe Roach could come on for Grant just to, ensure that they're not getting that second yellow. I think Adams and Jackson looked like they could provide some kind of something if they could ever get the ball in a dangerous area. So I don't know if I would jump the gun on that one so fast, but let's see if the coach, is going to just stick with the 11 that he started. I'm sure he considers this to be his strongest 11, so maybe he'll stay with them. But I think Philogene has not been in the game at all. Satchel, while he doesn't have many touches, at least he's putting himself about. He's making himself a nuisance for the defenders. But I don't think Philogene has been able to impose himself at all in a football match. I mean, that goes for many of the Antigua players, to be fair. But let's see if the coach
just talks to them, lets them come out and get a 10 minutes and see. Sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of making the halftime sub. But in a situation like this, when you're down 3-0, I wouldn't be shocked if the coach didn't make a few subs at halftime just to at least try something different. But like Campos said, I think he's onto something, and I would be doing the same. I mean, if you can't win the game, you want to try to exercise as much damage control as possible. The only problem is I don't really see them having the ability to keep the ball at all. So it's going to be a constant defensive type of setup for Antigua, and they're going to just have to stay, low block compact. And I just don't see the discipline defensively to do that for the entire game in this Antigua setup. So it's just a really tough situation for them, to be honest. I think the Mexican players, even though I think they've realized at this point that they are better than the other team by some distance. They have done a good job of not forcing anything. They're not playing as if, we need to get 7, 8, 9, 10 goals. Now, they could very well get those goals, but I don't think it will be. I think they'll be able to do that because they're not rushing the football game. They're playing with a decent, yes, if it's open, they'll play it over the top, but they're not really going for that so much. And they're definitely keeping the football until Antigua just, kind of give up hope of even winning it back at times. So 80% to 20% position will do that. Campos say USA going to dominate that game. Campos, I don't know, brother. I don't know about dominate. I think USA will have the better of it, yes. But to say they will dominate them, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But that's why them play the game, them, I think it will be surprisingly closer than people think. Yeah, but looking forward to those games tomorrow. That will be Group A, and then of course Jamaica gets going in Group C on the Sunday. See this game on TV for me. Regular TV. Yes. Stick. TUDN. Wait it. TUDN, where are you? See that? So I'm having on this too. Cool. Okay. Stay right there, son. Watch me. I watch. A reminder, this is the Mexico lineup. As I said, the front three with the goals. Gomez pitching in as the number 10 with an assist. So it's kind of how you draw it up as a coach, 3-0 up. All three of my main attacking players getting a goal, getting on the score sheet, getting some confidence. So all things looking good right now. As I said, Simeone, he'll probably look in the mirror and say he can do better in that midfield. I think he had some sloppy giveaways, really unnecessary as well. I've really liked Inda as a player. Left foot, very technical. Just looks to be in control of the football whenever he gets it. And when I say control, I mean every little touch. He knows what he's doing with the football. Had a really good strike from a free kick that crashed against the post as well. So I like that player Inda there. I think Inda is the player that in this team that actually does not play for one of the teams in the first division. He plays for CD Tapatio, and he's in the second tier in the Liga Expansión Clausura, and I think he's a player that maybe the Guadalajaras of the world, the Tigres of the world, the Monterreys of the world might be looking at to say, hey, can we get him in our ranks? Because he looks to be a first-tier player to me. That's one of the things I love about watching these competitions. You know, it's like, you know, once the guys make it and you're talking about them, yeah, it's easy to say, yeah, man, he can play, but, you know, can you pick out a random player, you know? And for me, that player in the Mexico team that going into this, I didn't hear many people talking about him, but this guy, number 18, Samir Inda, yeah, I think he looks a player. Definitely looks a player. Like I said, he's playing in the second tier. Most of these guys on this team are part of first tier setups. So yeah, a good find by the Mexican coaching staff as well, because I'm sure it would be easy to, you know, go to all the top clubs and try to get the players from there. But this is one that they thought had the talent, and they went ahead and put him in their starting 11 for the U20 ahead of a lot of players in their squad that are from bigger name clubs than Tapatio, who I'd never heard of before tonight. So yeah, good work by the scouting network of Mexico. Up. Jamrock, Wagwan. Another student of the game like myself. Big up yourself, Jamrock. We're there with my analysts and my scouting hat, you know. Because how this competition works, you know, even though we're not in the group with these teams now, if we have success in the group stage and get to the quarterfinals, which will basically be a winner, go to the World Cup game, we might buck Mexico, we might buck Panama, not Panama, Costa Rica, Guatemala. So, I mean, every game to me in this competition is important, you know. Most of these players for USA have MLS games under their belt. So I see them making a statement in that game. You know, Campus, when I did the checks of the USA team, you know, a lot of them are on the books of MLS teams, yes, but a lot of them actually playing MLS Next Pro for their reserves. So like Bert Chimas, for example, when you look at the list and you see that he's on Charlotte FC, without doing a deeper check, you'd realize that him actually play for Crown Legacy, which is their MLS Next Pro affiliate. And that's where I'm getting the bulk of him game time at. I think he's made maybe one senior appearance in the cup, but he has not played any MLS games for them yet. So, I mean, and that goes for a lot of them in the team as well. So, I mean, yeah, I'd say about 3 of the 21 or 4. Yeah, 4 to 6 of them get pretty regular, at least MLS bench, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, man, that we have to do, yes. Scout the player them. So when time we see them come up now with the respective nations in Concacaf, we say, yeah, man, remember watching the U20, you know, and we kind of have an idea of the player them. So yeah, this to me is one of the best parts about like really following the football. People think, boy, we watch so much football and this and that, but it's just getting a familiarity with the players them, you know. So sorry people, we're 4 minutes into the second half of my day. I chat off my face, still 3-0. I'll take a look at the field and see if any subs were made. On the Antigua side, I'm not seeing any as yet. The one change I see is it looks like Van Jackson has been pushed into a little higher up the pitch, at least during this press. And that's better from Simeone. 1-2 with Samir. Brilliant football. Echil Vestre now. Finds Samir. Samir going forward with it, looking for a through pass. Has the player inside Gomez. Gomez on the ball. Good turn away from trouble. Finds Camberos. This could be problems on his right foot. Good overlapping run on Roscoe. And that is really poor by the Mexicans in the box. Everybody standing waiting for the cutback. Nobody made that darting run towards the goal. And it would have been another tap-in. Roscoe, I think, did the right thing. Played it not too hard, not too soft, across the face of the box. And he's expecting somebody to gamble there. And nobody did. Couple of Antiguan fans, more than likely family members there, looking a bit dejected. And here comes Mexico again down the left-hand side. This time Simeone runs out of his number 6 role into the box, looking to find someone at the top of the box. Gomez on his right foot. That wasn't the worst strike in the world, but good positioning from the goalkeeper, Tegan Gums. And he looks to go long. Left-footed punt down the field. Cut out by the captain Hernandez. Alfaro wins the second ball, clears it up the pitch. And that's a good ball by Inda. Good 1-2. Gomez with Valenzuela. Here comes Gomez trying to go through the middle. That was good defending in the end. And a poor throw out from Tegan. And Satchel was late as well. And Simeone doesn't like the challenge. Looked like he was going to help him up and he flashed him off. Did catch him late. You're going to see those from the strikers in a game against Mexico when you're barely touching the ball. They are going to have that frustration start to creep in. Enrique Simeone, the Brazilian-born Mexican, plays it over to Alfaro. Alfaro with a big switch of play. Camberos takes it on the chest and comes inside. Beats one, beats two. On his right foot, thought about a shot. Finds Sandoval. Sandoval overlapping run. And that was a poor pass. Somehow it gets through. That should be offside. And the assistant finally puts his flag up. It will be offside. A free kick to Antigua. Just inside their 18. Wasn't the best attempted pass by Sandoval. Almost worked out for him though. And to be fair, he shouldn't have been offside. I don't think. But either way, a free kick. Tegan will send this one along. I would be shocked if Antigua goes short one more time in this game. After what happened on the third goal. Samir did well to win that one first, and Valenzuela did well to win a throw off Grant. Oh, not bad pressing there from Philogene. Almost got to that one. Got to block that pass back out, and Mexico calmly play out of the pressure. Here comes Echilvestre down the right-hand side. He has Sandoval next to him. Sandoval now goes down the wing. Good timing on the pass. Echilvestre takes a touch. Cuts it back to Sandoval into the box. But far stick. Oh, and Adams was unsure. Ends up clearing it out for a corner. Good composure there from Echilvestre, not sending it into the box right away. Got a better angle on it, and was a good pass to the back stick. Maybe Camberos a bit on his heels. Camberos will take this in-swinging corner. So this one will finally taken by Camberos. Here's Camberos into the box. That's cleared. And this will be a throw to Mexico. So good defending in the post there by Antigua. Getting to that ball first. They're having a close-up on my ball in the midfield. Not one of the ones I was looking to really have my eyes on today, but he has caught my eye today. I think he's a solid player in the midfield. Kind of reminds me of Andres Guardado, the way he plays. And he wears number 18 like him as well. I know Mexico have the tendency to, give players numbers based on some of their senior players. I could say that's definitely a nod to Andres Guardado with the 18. I think he wore 18. Didn't Guardado wear 18? I don't remember now. I forgot to check. Either way, it reminds me of Guardado the way he plays. Good first touch, Sandoval. Sandoval, very technical player, tricky. Good run by Sandoval, gets it back on his left foot. and he hit behind the ball that time, didn't get the full power on it. But good movement from Sandoval. Has a really good relationship on that right-hand side with Echil Vestry. When he comes inside, Echil Vestry goes outside and vice versa. And here's Philogene. First time on the ball in space. What can he do? Poor pass. It's cut out, but falls to Adams. Adams just dribbles into pressure. Here's Gomez now with the ball. Adams did well to get back possession of the football there. Whoa, referee! What kind of tackle that, man? My baller just with a reckless 2-footer. No card given. I tell you. Here's Marco Michael now. Michael on the ball. Goes wide. Here's Philogene. 16-year-old on it. I have to see if there's any relation to Jaden Philogene. I feel like there must be some relation there. Philogene, not the most common name in the world. I know Philogene, the PL player and championship player. I know he has some ties to the Caribbean. So I wouldn't be shocked if this Philogene isn't related to him. Adams looks like he'll have to get some treatment. It's gonna be a drop ball to the Mexicans. Decent turnout in the crowd as well. Looks like the Mexican fans have turned up in their green. Much better turnout than the first game between to be expected. I mean, Mexico is the host nation, but Guatemala and Costa Rica basically had an empty stadium for the most part, besides the family members that traveled with the team and any of the delegation not on the bench. But a good turnout for the home team tonight. Always going to be difficult in these competitions to have the stadium look packed. I mean, this is almost 50,000 seater. Would never expect that many to come to this game tonight, but maybe by the time it gets to the knockout phase and the finals, we might see closer to a packed stadium for those games. I think it's 2 hours earlier local time, so should be about 6:16 there now. So a bit of a random time on a Friday. I believe this is their earliest game for the competition. I think most of their games will be later than this after this. Night games might get a little bit bigger crowd. Mina switches the flank. Orozco going over the top. That's good defending that time by Bartley. Bartley on the ball. Goes central to Michael. Michael goes long. And this direct football is not working. I mean, Mexico have 2 big center backs that are physical. I don't think that strategy is working. This would make more sense to me. Long over the flanks. I think the more direct and central they go, don't think they have a presence up top to fight off Alfaro and Hernandez. So that ball diagonally over the top, I think, is where they'll get more joy. But too often, from the defensive third in this game, Antigua has played the ball directly to one of the 2 center backs from Mexico. They have to either have more confidence to try to play through the pressure, or if they're going to go long, they need to direct it more to the flanks. I would be targeting the right back. He's the most diminutive player on the pitch on that back line. And that typically is where the space is in behind as well, because he plays very advanced in possession. I don't think Antigua have done that so far. 3 subs await on the sidelines from Mexico. The number looks like number 8, number 20, and number 15. It also looks like 1 substitute getting lined up for Antigua. See if I can get the number, but Segala, Carmona, and Ramirez. Looks like they're going to come on for Mexico very shortly. Probably when the ball goes back out of play. 5 subs allowed in U20 as well, just like the senior teams. And they do get 3 substitution windows, just like in the senior game as well. The coaches will have to be mindful of when they use their subs. This is better from Antigua. A couple passes into the attacking third now. Here's Philogene. Run from Jackson, but it's well covered by Hernandez. And he will end up shielding this one out of play. I think he got fouled in the end by Jackson. And not for the first time, an Antigua player motion into the bench for a sub. Looks like cramp over there for Jackson, to be honest, but he is wanting to come off right now. Still in the same spot, hasn't moved yet. Gomez. I've been impressed with Gomez too. Not as much flair as Camberos and Sandoval, but just a neat and tidy player in that number 10 pre-roll. Doesn't look to do too much on the ball, just keeps it moving. Good work rate as well. Sandoval. Gomez leaves it smartly. Here's Orozco. Orozco inside to Gomez. Gomez thinking about a shot. Doesn't take it. Just lays it off now to Alfaro. Alfaro easily sidesteps one. Gomez back to Enrique. And again, he's been doing that too much for me in this game. Giving away them ball. Trying to play. Oh, and that's poor by the defender. Here is Valenzuela. Drops it back to Gomez. And Gomez trying to be the only one of the front 4 not with a goal. Really should have done better there. Just not enough purchase on the strike. I think he might have been worried about putting it over. Wanted to make sure he got it on target, but ended up being like a back pass to the goalkeeper there. Should be doing better. Again, another example of the pressing by Mexico. Valenzuela did really well to win that one back. He was looking for an assist. Did not come off. It looks like Echilvestre, the right back, who I thought had a really good game, comes off. I think Sigalia comes on for him. And no surprise there. Enrique Simeone off. Number 8 comes on for him. That is Sigala, number 8. And then the third substitution is Valenzuela off and Diego Ramirez is on. So we'll see if it's a like for like up top for Mexico. But the 3 subs, Sigala in midfield, like for like there. Then we had number 15 as well, Carmona, defender on for Echilvestre. Then we had Diego Ramirez on for Fernando Valenzuela. Is his first name? I think his name is actually Francisco. I'm not sure, but Valenzuela is his last name. And then we had Vaughn Jackson, who just looked to be suffering from what looked to be a little worse than cramp. He's off the pitch as well. And we have number 17 in the field of play. And that is Edwards, who is on the pitch there. So a couple of subs. Campos said, what a save. I say, what a horrible shot. But you have to give the keeper him credit to Campos. But boy, the shot did poor. And Adams already on a yellow. Did well to avoid getting a second one there. Not the most clean challenge in the world. Old man Camberos. That look like 2 more years' time. Yeah, got my fellows trim off the rest of that here. Gomez. Whoa. Alfaro. Hernandez. Gomez. Orozco. Captain Hernandez. Alfaro Hernandez switches the play. And unable to keep that one in on his head is Santiago Sandoval. So still 3-0 here. Antigua not giving up another goal yet in this half. Really should have been 4. Gomez just missed a really good chance. Campos said, what a save. And I said, what a poor attempt. I think 2 things can be true at the same time, though. Here is Mexico. Ramirez, first order of business to try a strike from outside the box. He had Segala running through, who came on. It's going to be interesting to see how Segala plays. Simeone looked to be the one to sit a little bit more and give a little bit more freedom to Mina to do his thing, or Inda to do his thing, sorry. But Ramirez there, we saw running beyond Ramirez. Segala, we saw running beyond Ramirez, so maybe he'll play a little higher. And Inda will be the one to sit and hold a bit more now that he has a different partner in the midfield. And that's a foul on Satchel for the second time today. They have run through his back. This happened in the first half as well. But I think Satchel has an issue with this area because he's been asking for a sub, and I haven't seen anything looking like a leg injury. So I think he must have some back issues because he got hit in his back early in the game and he was struggling for a while after that. And he's been on the ground for a long time there. It didn't look like the worst challenge in the world either, and he goes down again. So I think this might be the end of Satchel's day. Hasn't been able to get up. The captain of Antigua, Bartley, is trying to figure out why this hasn't been looked at or anything. The white Mexico jersey, that bad still, no? Clean. Babe, look on this jersey. Way better than that one. White jersey look clean, man. I mean, that would have rough to wear to a game, though. I mean, the white there, you can't drink nothing, touch nothing. But I'm not lie still. Everybody will have it on look clean in the stand, so it's possible, clearly. But there's no me stay ready, brother. I want to lick a streak or something. Oi, when I take off the man straight off the field, man, the man have a bad back. A good thing the doctor is a bodybuilder. Man, I walk, hey, the man I walk crooked still, you know, like him soon drop it, you know. So Brown is on for Satchel. Brown came with a freshly dyed hair. No, from distance, that's not gonna work. That was Jarvis trying his luck from way out. You know what? And Satchel is having trouble on the sideline. Long over the top to the far side. Brought down, tackle that time from Jarvis. Philogene with a good first touch. Does well to get out of pressure. And Jarvis just didn't have that space to go to. Well played Ramirez. Ramirez plays it down the line to Sandoval. Sandoval being closed down. He finds the quick pass. Good cut inside by the substitute. Good leave. Here's Gomez. Gomez still on his right foot. I think he went down looking for that one. But VAR is there. Here is Sandoval. Sandoval with a good turn from pressure. And he's then fouled. So just too tricky, Sandoval. The substitute can't believe it, but it's a clear foul. Edwards left his foot in the box earlier, and I tell you what, if Gomez had a little bit more guile with his fall, it might have been looked at, but I think it was quite clear that he took almost 2 steps before going down. And they looked pretty normal steps as well. Didn't look like he was falling over. "32 are you in the building? Please hit the like button right now. Just hit the like button. I know not all 32 of you that watching right now hit the like button. So just hit the like button, please. If you like the commentary, smash the like button. 72nd minute of play. And that's all the way to the far side. Gomez being chased by 2 players still on the ball. Drops it back to Orozco. Orozco has been solid on this left side. I think early in the game it looked like he didn't have any attacking play. And then they switched their tactic and allowed him to get higher up the pitch. I think their attack has been more potent because of it. Here's Diego Ramirez into the box. Oh, good quick feet to get his shot off, but couldn't keep it down on his weaker left foot. And this is something that you like to see when you have a squad. Diego Ramirez looks to be way more of a almost speedy forward. Valenzuela not slow, but definitely much more of a target. But this guy looks to be a threat running in behind, and that quick burst of pace to get away was on display there. The Antiguan players really struggling now with the elements and the physicality of the game. A lot of them going down now with cramp and other injuries. See the captain Bartley done a decent enough job against Camberos. I mean, you're not gonna stop him for the whole game, but he's been up for the challenge at least. And to be honest, this is a win so far in the second half for Antigua. I mean, it's still 3-0. Like I said, it can come down to a goal difference game. You know, they know that another team has -1 so far. So, you know, they haven't played Mexico yet. It could get worse. So, you know, it could come down to that. So Sandoval and Inda, 2 of the better players today, I think, for Mexico, come off of the pitch. Diego Covarrubias comes on. And also number 19, we'll get his name. 19 came on for Sandoval. Bartley looks like he will be okay to continue. He's trying to stretch. But that cramp could come back in about 5 minutes. If that. Let's see. So add Covarrubias come on and D. Reyes, number 19. He looked to take over, hit the spot on the right hand side. So Inda and Sandoval, Covarrubias on in midfield for Inda. So it's Covarrubias now and Segala in that midfield. A free kick now to Antigua. They don't want nothing more than to get a consolation at this point. And who knows, if U20 football, anything can play. You get one, and you never know. Into the box, and that's not going to do much. If the keeper drops it, it might. The keeper looks injured as well, hopping on his leg. Looks to be okay now. Down the line by Mexico, cut out by Michael, good header. Turned by the substitute Brown. Can't get past his man, but Jarvis gets it. That's too much on it for Edwards, and that's well out of play. That was poor. Isiaga there just didn't get up high enough for that one. The ball just floated more than he thought. That's good defending by Antigua. Now another player holding from cramp. A direct result of the altitude, I'm telling you. The player cannot run back. There's 1 versus 2. And it's fresh. Ramirez is chasing. And the player still okay. Now he's finally getting back Grant. Long throw into the box. Ramirez can't get the flick. And all he wanted to do, Philogene, was pile somebody, and he did it. So a yellow card to the Mexican. Let's see. It should be Alfaro, but I will double check. See who that was. So let's see. Who you gave the card to, ref? I want to know if I'm on point. Oh, that's good skill from Reyes on the right. What a pass as well. Can Ramirez get away? But no, he can't. Brown with good speed getting back to tackle. And then a poor pass. Jeez. Poor control there that time. Face down. Play it wide now to Orozco. Orozco will play it back to his captain, Hernandez. Hernandez. Cover Rubius. Wide. Down the line now. Here's Reyes again. He looks like a player. Plays it inside. Segalia goes wide to Reyes. Reyes has help centrally. Takes it. Cover Rubius. Plays it over to Hernandez. Hernandez. Boy, this is a brother who come on for my Brazilian born brother, you know. He better pick it up, you know, because this a man here right away. Look busy in the 6. I would definitely like how he move the ball more than the other guy. Maybe the other guy more imposing in the middle and thing, but this brother look like him really want to get the ball as a 6, brother. Every time. Good movement to come collect Segalia. Now he finds the 6. Back to Segalia. So him don't even want it for long, you know. Him just want to touch it. Here's Lopez. Sorry, Gomez. Gomez. He plays it wide. This is the substitute, Reyes. Good ball into the box. Brown cuts it out, and it's going to be a corner. Luis Gomez stuck both for goal. Tell you that. Man, it's no game. Cleared out by Antigua. Appeals for something in the box. Oh, Gomez gets kicked over. And Jarvis gets a yellow from early. Bartley says the first foul. And say, I don't care. So the captain pleading his case, but no case there. No case there. Still 3-0 though. Antigua. This is about as good a victory. Second half 0-0. But this can change quickly if you don't concentrate. So I was right, people. I said Alfaro got the yellow card, and it was Alfaro. Yes. Yeah, man. I'm just based upon the positioning of the foul because I never really see who it was. But that means he would be there based on who been playing where. So Michael put in a lot of running in the midfield. He's coming off now. He was supplying most of the dead balls, set pieces. So Williams and Skilling coming on. So Zidane Williams from Marco Michael and number 15 Zidane Williams and then number 14 Brendan Skilling on for Ivan Grant. So Skilling, how old is Skilling? Skilling look like him is about 16. Let's find out. He's 17 and looks super young. Come on, Antigua. Find a little counter goal now, man. And just make the group nice. Back pass. All the way back to the keeper. No mistakes. Plays it wide. Alfaro plays it to his right back. Infield now. That's Canberra. I want to touch the ball a little bit. Good run in behind. See the difference in Ramirez, but hey, the ball really travels in this air. Good feet from the substitute. Played wide now. This is Reyes now coming to the left side. He looks dangerous on the ball. Good close control. Plays it back to Gomez. Gomez drops it all the way back to his captain, Hernandez. Hernandez. Back to Gomez. Has Reyes wide. Reyes waiting for the run. Orozco does well to keep it in play. Drops it into the box. Oh, he was free on the penalty spot, but it didn't get to him. Canberra tries to spin from pressure, but that's good defending from Alfaro. Just heads it back to his keeper. Put down quickly. He'll play it out to Hernandez. Hernandez into Sigala. Sigalia. Plays it back now. Orozco. Good triangle. Sigalia back to Orozco. Coach telling his team to just keep the shape. Don't press too much. I think he also understands the importance of keeping the goal difference where it is. Camberos kept that one in play. Mexico keeps possession as well. On the halfway line, Hernandez into Antigua's half. And that's going to go way too far. That's poor. So, good organization here from Antigua and Barbuda and not letting them get in. That's the first goal from the penalty. I still don't think I'm fully convinced. That was a good cutback from Camberos. Valenzuela getting the goal there. And then Valenzuela causing the pressure. Gomez floats it up. And a good half-volley finish from Sandoval. So we'll get to see the other favorites in the competition tomorrow night playing Haiti. Should be a good game. Here's over the top. Here's Mexico. And this young man, Brown, in the last 15 minutes has cut out a lot of danger. did well to get back and defend on that play. Gomez goes short. Here's Reyes to the back stick. Two players there. Here's Ramirez off the crossbar and over. Did he get a touch on its way? The Mexican players think so, but I'm not so certain. It's a good layoff back into the box. Poor marking, and it was Brown again, at least being somewhat of a presence. And really and truly, Ramirez should do better. He almost wanted a little more time for it to drop down some more, but if you go for that attempt, you have to try to hit it into the ground. Couldn't get over the ball. The Mexicans arguing that the ball was traveling directly towards a Mexican, but they cannot say that. I mean, it hit the referee. The rule is to give the team that passed the ball. So Antigua and Barbuda will get it. Mexico want to press him as soon as him get it. Rotted Brown. After me, I big you up so much. What you do? So Brown is really a central midfielder, or at least he's been playing that for the whole game so far. And that's really dangerous by the captain. Throwing it back towards his 18. Ramirez wants a goal. He can see it in his eyes. And he should have found his teammate there. And that's been the story of the game. Hernandez and Alfaro in the back of the striker, they can't hold the ball. That happened so many times today. And other than that, they just can't get the ball, period. And yeah, everybody passes floating out of play. Curvy. Ooh. Look for throwish, yes, my G. Into the box. Cleared by Antigua. Controlling midfield. Good ball wide. There's Reyes. Has the run from Orozco. Doesn't use it. Into the... Oh, and he dragged shot wide. Reyes looks like a player, though. Showing the Ramirez chance again. Long down the field. Gomez over the top. Not a bad ball, you know. And Lane forced to give up another corner. Should be a lot of corners for Mexico in this game. This guy is done. But look at this beautiful stadium. What a nice looking stadium. Here is Mexico. Almost into stoppage time. Into the box. And that's over everybody. Poorly taken by Reyes that time. And here we go. 1v1. Come on, Adams. Goal. Bomba! Good try, Adams. Yo, that was tracking the goal. But you have to say that was a very good save. And even his teammates like that one. Philogene will take the corner. Into the box. Not a bad ball. But Alfaro, as usual, Good first touch from Gomez. Gomez. Oh, he's taken out by Brown. That should be a yellow card when he comes back. Here is the ball into the box. And that's good goalkeeping in the end. And whoa, what's that? Gomez just now getting up. Here's Philogene on the ball. Quick feet. Oh, kills him for dead. Good ball into the box. Easily cut out by Orozco. And Ramirez will get to this one first and play it down the line. Camberos is wishing he didn't do that, but he's going to get fouled by Lane. And that's going to be a yellow card to Lane. Should also be a yellow card to whoever tackled Gomez before that, but don't know if the ref remember that one. Lane just was not going to bother chasing him that time, just took him out. So it's 3-0 Mexico at this point. Still looking for that fourth goal. They have a free kick in a very dangerous area right now.
Yeah. Right, the whole team have a yellow card. For them give out suspension for 2 yellow cards in this. I'm not gonna be able to feel a team in the third match. Cha. Oh, top of the box, Camberos. Blocked by Antigua and Barbuda. And that's going to be a foul on Orozco. No card, though. Here's the shot from Adams again. That's dropping right into the goal as well. Good skill. That's a good effort and a very good save as well. More so was going to catch him off guard. Was a bit off his line. But in the end, a very good reaction save. And that's going to go out for a goal kick that time. So Mexico, can tell they want more goals, but also not going to overdo it. They got the 3 points in the bag. Ramirez. Ooh. So a change of pace, Ramirez. Different pace to Valenzuela, but Valenzuela have the target. And that's going to be the end of the match. 3-0 to Mexico. Good start to their tournament. Credit to Antigua and Barbuda for sticking in there and not conceding in the second half. At one point, it looked like it could get really ugly. But good job from Antigua to stick it out. But their players look shattered at this point. So what say you guys on the performance? Yeah, man, them always good at the youth level. And yo, you know the thing with them when we rate? All right, you see the man them come on, every man that come on a while ago, look like them could have started. Every single one of them. Segala look solid. Covarrubias look like he might better than the Brazilian born youth. Carmona look good at the right as well. Him come on for about number 2 where they are play good. Let me name Eshilvestri. Yeah. Then you have Reyes come on for Sandoval. So 2 ball that right there, so. And then Ramirez come on for Valenzuela, give you a speedy striker. Yeah, bro. Team loaded. All right, so stats. So them stay close to them 90%, 89, 80% possession, 6 big chance created. So they were 3 for 3 first half. Them create 3 more and couldn't score any. 8 shots on goal today, 8-1. Look at the attacking. These are all the shots for Mick. That was a penalty. Valenzuela score. Santi Sandoval, 13 shots inside the box. Wow. 23 shots to 3. 16 chances created. 6 big chances. So a whole heap of expected goals. So they'll be unhappy with just the 3-0, to be honest, based on that kind of dominance, you know. Keeper made some good saves, some bad finishing as well, and some good defending, some good last-ditch tackles from time to time. So Antigua did well to hold on to the 3-0. I know when I get 3-0, so it don't look good, but if you watch the game, but 3-0 is probably the best it was going to get today. Defending, not bad. 13 successful tackle. Got the passing difference. Mexico recovered the ball fast. Final third pass is 84-2. Wow. Mexico won more duels. Aerial duels, them look away. So let's take a look at the standings. Quick and fast. Mexico gone to the top with a +3, +1 to Costa Rica. Neither team conceded a goal yet. Guatemala -1, so they're in third, and Antigua in the low position on the group. So tomorrow we'll have Cuba and El Salvador, and then USA, Haiti. I won't be able to do the first game, but tomorrow I will be around for the USA Haiti match. Looking forward to that one. They always has quality in depth also. Yep. Most of these players play in the Mexican Segunda Division. Do they have quality? But they have quality and are semi-pro. Yeah, the Mexican pyramid, and how them are playing, the facilities, and yeah, them things are turn up. Yeah, man. So tomorrow, see the Fox Soccer Plus VIX Plus. Them will show it to me there. And then you have USA 80. What is a come? What is a forward man? Look from when me I try move that FS2. Alright, so FS2 tomorrow, people. FS2. People. So I hate that, Mexico 3, Antigua and Barbuda 0. A nice game of football by Mexico, domination, to be honest. But Antigua and Barbuda, I'm giving them the credit. It looked like it was going to be a 4, 5, 6, 7 big time scoreline like that, and it never quite played out that way. So kudos to them for keeping it there. That could mean something down the road if they are to get a result against the other two teams. And to be honest, from what I saw with Guatemala and Costa Rica, yes, they look like better teams than Antigua and Barbuda, but Antigua and Barbuda have a good fighting spirit, so they will stay in games. Today we saw a 10-man Guatemala just batten down and defend and defend and defend, and Costa Rica had the better of the play, but Guatemala was getting away with the 10 men and some counter attacks as well, and with some better passing and decisions could have do something. So look, you saw the shot from Adams from distance. I don't think Satchel got in the game enough today. Hopefully him all right with his injury. And I think if they can get Philogene more on the ball, he could cause some damage because him look tricky over there. So look, you never know. That's why they have to play the football matches. We're counting down the days though to the Reggae Boys. Their first game, don't forget, is Sunday night, 9 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock in Jamaica. We're looking forward to that one. Of course, we're going to take on Honduras. I think the boys should be almost there by now. I know they left today, so they'll have one day pretty much to try to get their bearings, see the pitch, train. Well, they won't get to see the pitch because I don't think games will be playing there tomorrow. So yeah, they should be able to train where they're playing the game tomorrow. And yeah, just try to get themselves used to the surroundings as quickly as possible. Honduras, I think, got in maybe Wednesday or Tuesday. So in that sense, Honduras don't have a huge advantage of being in Mexico for this long amount of time. But at the same time, they have been there since Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll just be getting there basically really late tonight. So no excuse. It is what it is. They have to get there when the hotel is ready for them. We get that. So boys, we're there. I watch. Me personally, I watch the team them, and I try to get a feel for how all the teams play, because if we are to have success in the group, which I didn't predict, people, to be honest, I was finishing dead last in the group. And I'll give my reasons for why I would predict that way after the tournament. But if we happen to do better than my predictions, which is possible, I don't always get the predictions right. If they happen to get through, they were probably going to face one of these top teams from the other zones in the quarterfinals. So I want to be able to watch the games then and tell you. Now, in the other game today, if you didn't know, 1-0 victory to Costa Rica, 10-man Guatemala. Very tight game. Guatemala, even with 10 men, did cause their problems, pose their threats. But I think, Costa Rica probably just about deserved that 1-0 victory. So they're on 3 points, Mexico on 3 points. Mexico, of course, have that tiebreaker due to the goal difference. I believe, and let me just double check, but I would think that the next fixture is going to be, let's see. Okay, so actually, the next game is Antigua versus Guatemala and Costa Rica versus Mexico. So I thought they might have had that for match day 3, but match day 2 is going to be Costa Rica versus Mexico. Interesting. And then, of course, they'll end off that group with Costa Rica, Antigua, and Mexico versus Guatemala. So that should be a good one to watch now that we're invested into Group B. At least I am. I will definitely keep my eyes on that group in particular, because I do think that in that game today, Guatemala, almost like when they went to 10 men, they grew into the game more, and they showed their qualities more. So maybe in the next game, when they face Antigua, that would be a good time for them to really show what they have, because I do think they'll have much more opportunity in that game to show what they have. So, this group could get tricky if Costa Rica can do a job with Mexico. But you never know. You never know in Concacaf, right? So tomorrow, as a reminder, we have the first game of the day, which is Cuba versus El Salvador. That will be 5 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock in Jamaica, and then you have USA Haiti, 9 o'clock Jamaica time, 10 o'clock my time. If you would like to return to the channel for this tournament, the first time we'll be back will be tomorrow night. I will be live doing the USA versus Haiti U20 match. That one will be 10 o'clock. Them times is my times. So I will be here to drop that game with the people tomorrow night. Before I go, it would be crazy of me not to highlight what we now know about the Nations League, because we got the draw yesterday. Jamaica going into Group B. And of course, why don't they have the... Hold on, I'm trying to find the... Let's go back home. All right, match schedule, yeah. So Concacaf came out with the match schedule and everything. So people were seeing the group and saying, John Star is the group of Death Star. Ray. So of course the group was Honduras, Jamaica, Guatemala, Suriname, Martinique, and El Salvador. And the next side again. Can't remember. All right, hold on, I'm soon telling you. All right, so I had to show you guys this because this to me is crazy. So they have this. All right, let me show you guys here. So they have this for the schedule of the Nations League, and you know, I for one was happy that they were condensing, let's say, the two windows in September and October into one, because I hated that they go September, they go back to thing, they come back in October, they go back, they come back in November. It just seemed like too much, right? So they basically made it a longer window at the start of the season, September, October. And these are the League A, where Jamaica is groups. So Group A is Costa Rica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao, Nicaragua, Dam Rep, right? And Group B, which Jamaica is in, is Honduras, Jamaica, Guatemala, Suriname, Martinique, and El Salvador, right? Now, when people saw this group, they were saying, damn, you know, this group is tough, and da. Look, get used to it, people. It's going to be tough. It's going to feel tough. We just had the experience of having an all-Caribbean group. We couldn't top it. So I think by now, the fan base should at least acknowledge that we are not just going to walk over any team in Concacaf, no matter if it's not the big boys or big dogs, whatever you want to call them. You know, we're going to have to apply ourselves and show up every single time if we want to get points in this new Concacaf that we're playing right now. But anyway, that's the group we're in. People started to wonder, you know, how is it going to go? Well, of course, you know, September, October is basically the full group stage of the Nations League. You play 4 games. So it's 4 games. How are we going to play 4 games and we have 6 teams in the group? Well, it's a Swiss format, which means you actually don't play 2 of the teams in the group, right? So Jamaica, by virtue of being in pot 2, their breakdown of games would be you play the team from pot 1, which is supposed to be a strongest opponent. You play them home and away. So we'd have Honduras home and away. I knew that going into this. Then I found out that you get a home game with the next toughest opponent, which is Guatemala. So we play Guatemala at home, right? And then we have 2 away games, one against Honduras, which I've said before, and the other team we get to play is the number 6 pot team, which is El Salvador. But that game happens to be an away game, right? So basically this is our schedule for the Nations League, right? So if you look over here, it's kind of color coordinated, but you'll find our first game of the September-October window will be Friday, September the 25th, right? And Jamaica will be taking on Guatemala, Friday the 25th, right? Don't have the times yet, but that will be the date for the game. Now, the next fixture for Jamaica will be Monday, the 28th, right? And that game will be at the National Stadium again. well, presumably, and it will be Jamaica versus Honduras. Now, this is the part that I don't quite understand. So, Jamaica versus Honduras there. Now, the next game for Jamaica is away. Remember, we play on the Monday. And this was, well, actually, they've changed this already because I could have swore earlier this was saying Tuesday. But Jamaica don't play again until the Friday. All right, so we play on the Monday, we travel, and we play on the Friday. Okay, that makes way more sense because earlier today it was saying Tuesday and Thursday, but I've adjusted that. So El Salvador and Jamaica will be the third game of the window, which is the third game, and that's an away game at El Salvador, right? So no easy game there, and that's on the Friday, October 2nd. And then our last game of the window will take place on Monday, October the 5th, and that's when we travel to Honduras. So no cakewalk, people. We have two home games, one versus Guatemala, who most recently we lost to in the Gold Cup, right? The next home game will be against Honduras, who is our Part 1 team in our group. Then the next game after that, we'll travel away to El Salvador, a place that, people would probably see that game and say, yeah, man, we're going to beat up El Salvador. But I feel like every time we go there, we end up drawing. I think the most recent time we went, I think we did beat them. Maybe I'm mixing them up with another country, Anyway, El Salvador versus Jamaica. And then the last game is going to be a tough one. The last time we went there, we did win. It was a tough game, but we did win. Remember Blake pulling off some wicked saves in Honduras. But those are the four games. And of course, with the Swiss format, they don't play a couple of the teams. So with that, Suriname, well, I think we said that. We're not playing Suriname and we're not playing Martinique. But we basically we got the Caribbean group the last time. Now we got the all Central American group, our opponents at least. So it's no cakewalk for us, trust me. Yeah, man, USA hated tomorrow going fire. I want to see how USA look in this game. All them foolishness there, why the youth them fail. Yeah. Why the youth team not there at least a week before training and acclimatizing? Because they can't afford it. I think Cranky's doing a show right now about JFF broke. And I mean, if they're not broke, them don't have the money where can get some of the things like that. They just don't have it to go around to have hotel for the whole delegation for an extra week or even 2, which would be ideal. But people, Nations League is here in September. So we'll be doing the scouting, doing the tracking, seeing who and who is doing their jobs for their clubs. And yeah, I think we're gonna sign off now, people. As I said before, I will be back tomorrow night. It was nice bringing you this game tonight. 3-0 to Mexico. They look very dangerous as a team. Didn't quite get all the goals they should have gotten tonight. So they have something to look at improving moving forward. But nonetheless, looking like a top team and going to be a tough out in the competition, especially on home soil. But listen, I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. And until next time, people, tomorrow night, USA, Haiti, we're back for more U20 action. Until then, people, big up on yourselves. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. Share the content. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member of the channel, please do locate in the description the join button and go ahead and join. Support the channel in the real way. All right, people, big up on yourselves. Jamrock Campus, all the G them will pass through. Anybody who silently watched and enjoyed, you big up yourselves as well. I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV, and we are out.